complete. Mechanics, please stand clear. We're ready to go.
Welcome one and all to round 12 of OOR League Racing. We're here for the final video of the year, only of the year. Of course, we still have Spa to go for the next race, round 13, but for the time being, there will be a summer break, Christmas break. So, yes, this is the final race of the year of 2018, so let's make it a good one. So, this is Hungary. I hope you're hungry for a win. So the plan in qualifying was I did select, when you go into the game, and for those of you who don't play, when you load up the game it asks what balance of tyres you want to pick, whether you want harder or softer or a balance of the both. Now I picked a harder compound tyre, right, because I knew that the ultra softs were bullshit and I wasn't going to use them, so I wanted more softs in qualifying than ultra softs, so I chose a harder balance thinking that was how that was going to work, but apparently not, because the plan was to go out onto a set of softs, set a banker time, and then towards the end go into a fresher set and set, hopefully a quicker time. But unfortunately that wasn't to be, so I've done something similar on the medium. So this is just the outlap as you can see, and we're going to set a banker time on that. So as you can see on the mediums, we're a bit down the order in P10. I think that's a 1:19.3. In practice I was setting 16.2 was my quickest. That was in time trial. I think I got a 16.9 in proper practice with proper tyre wear and whatnot. A couple of people up, obviously further up the order, all the usual suspects. And two new blokes is that Matt replaces Celebi, I think. Or will be replacing Celebi, and we also have Combat Rat, who's replacing Rosatro. Or maybe it's the other way around. I think Combat Rat's replacing Celebi, and anyway, you get what I'm talking about. So yeah, both of them have moved up to tier 2, so congratulations to them. They're obviously well deserving. They were quite quick. So so those are the two new blokes, is that Matt and Combat Rat. That rhymes beautifully. We also have some reserve drivers. We have Adam and Upside Down Quag? No, what? His name's in the race. I'll remember it in the race. I'm sorry, mate. I forgot your name. I raced him for a good portion of the first stint in the race, so I should remember it. Something Quag. Anyway, a couple of other people are back as well. The McLarens, Eunice is back after a bit of a hiatus, and Burner Bear has finally fixed her PC, so she's back as well. So let's move straight on to the full quality. So here we go. I'm thinking I can probably knock off another couple of tenths. I saw that someone had about 3 tenths on me, and I figured I might be able to get up to 8th position with a couple of extra tenths off my lap time, so I was sort of keeping that in the back of my mind. Obviously, we've been finishing 8th from here and there for a couple of races, so I was thinking that's probably where I'm going to be headed, so I sort of had a bit of a time frame in mind of where I wanted to be. I probably should mention, I have turned on ABS as an assist. It is tier 5. Everyone else is using assists, the only other assist I had was traction control, although some people probably call the racing line an assist as well. But I've turned on ABS, and I did find that it really did help. Who am I trying to who am I trying to impress by not using assists? If it could help me in the race, so I don't know. I guess I had this stigma in my head about using assists, maybe. I don't know. Not that I frowned upon anyone who did, but I feel like I should be. If the real F1 racers didn't use assists, well, neither should I. But screw that philosophy anymore. So I've basically talked over most of the lap, but we're up by quite a fair whack there. So sort of just trying to maintain it. I'm not looking up in the corner. Normally, I keep focusing on in the top right on my time, and sort of seem to bottle it when I see that I'm up by a lot, so I didn't look up until I crossed the line, and then suddenly I'm in P5. Where the hell did that one come from? Is what I was saying to myself at the time. I may have screamed a little in excitement over that one. Pulled that one out of my arse. So, yes. So there are the results. We are going to be competing with Combat Rat. He's going to be pretty competitive with that time. Brado on the Ultra Softs. Actually, we're top of the Softs, actually. So didn't go ultra softs because I didn't think they were going to last very long. So it's going to be an interesting tyre strategy going forward. So let's get straight onto the race. So just a quick look at the strategy there. We're going to go softs, pitting. I can't see whether it's actually been done there or not yet, but pitting a lap later on lap I think 16. Just to give us sort of a bit more life on the mediums, and I could stretch out the softs a little longer than that. I was feeling a bit confident, so we were going to do the overcut and sort of see how that went. So here we go. We've got 5 red lights. The nerves were there in P5. I didn't want to lose any positions, but I didn't want to do anything stupid on the first line either. Really wanted a good start, but it wasn't great. Although we've kept up with Brado, and Nostalgic Meep isn't getting too far ahead of us. We've got I think that's Combat Rat on our inside there. As we try and make a pass on Brado, doesn't quite work, hanging it around the outside, and he's managed to hold on to the position. But we've got it was Adam who was on our inside. It feels really weird to scream out. We've got him giving us pressure on the back, I knew I wasn't going to be really able to catch Brado, Meep and the rest because they're all on ultra softs. They're going to be a bit quicker, so I was quite comfortable where I was at the time. Nerves, I think, getting a little bit better of me there. I was sort of back of my head, I'm thinking I really don't want to get caught in dirty air here or anything like that, particularly sort of hanging it left on a blind corner there, in 7th or 6th. Again, just nerves getting the better of me. I wanting to get a good lap, but sort of I've got Adam behind me in the Mercedes pressuring me, and I sort of don't root.
Start was okay. Now stay alert for threats around you.
Gee, thanks, Jeff. Didn't want to lose the spot, but he's had a really good run through there, and I'm just going to have to see the position, although very slow into that corner, but nonetheless, we don't have any front wing damage, luckily, so we're just going to keep at it. But now we've got Upbeat Quag behind us, also putting a bit of pressure on. Only lap 1, not going to win it in the first lap, so let's just got to calm the nerves down, got to get into a bit of a rhythm, manage the ERS, manage the fuel, and just play it out as it happens. So I'm going to try and chase down Adam. He's on, although he is also on the ultra soft, so I sort of, again, in the back of my mind, knew that I might be able to get him on a tyre strategy pit stop here, because he'd be pitting much earlier, so I wasn't going to put too much effort into sort of pushing all that hard. Didn't want to screw the tyres, particularly Upbeat Quag behind us. He's also on the softs. Again, you can just see I'm just still a bit nervous about dirty air. I'm cutting corners, and just making a few errors that I wouldn't normally make. So I've just got to sort of calm down, keep nerves down, and just, So we're on to lap 3, we're still chasing Adam down. He's got a bit of a nice gap towards us, although he doesn't have a great exit through the chicane there, or maybe we had a good run through there, and it's compromised him through this line, and a little bit through this one as well. So I think about having to go on the inside, but back off just the last second there. Didn't want to pit manoeuvre him, didn't want to give him the old police brutality. So we come down the straight now, sort of giving it all I've got, and then I've just... broke a little too late, almost ran out the back of him and just decided to just keep on going straight, go into the runoff area. Did not want to damage my front wing, did not want that headache. But unfortunately, as a result, it's meant that Upbeat Quag has gotten around us, so that's us down into P7 now, which is okay. We can still catch him. We'll let him sort of do a lot of the work. Combat Rat going a little wide there. I think maybe he lost the back end a little bit. But so we're going to let Upbeat Quag sort of chase him down and let them battle it out. And then we just get nudged by Combat Rat. It hasn't hindered us in any real way. Possibly he's damaged his front wing, but that's fine, as it hasn't impeded us in any way, shape or form. So now we're just going to let the two people up ahead duke it out, and hopefully we'll take on whoever the remainder is of that battle. Alright, end of lap 4, coming on to lap 5. The worser of the two of that battle was Adam, so here we are again. We're going to chase him down. I think we've put it up into all the high mixtures. Go neck to neck down the line here and brake, and just possibly was a little early. I'm not quite sure what happened there, to be completely honest. I passed him, and maybe I did brake a little early. I'm not sure. I certainly didn't mean to brake check him. But as a result, I think he's buggered his front wing. I again, I'm not sure what happened there. He moved in the braking zone, so at least that's what it looked like happened. I've watched it back a couple of times, sort of trying to work out what exactly happened there, but we're just going to push on with the race now. We've got to chase down Upbeat Quag and see what we can do with him. Right, so now we're coming in for our pit stop. Upbeat Quag came in on lap 14, so we've done another 2 laps trying to do the overcut. So I did my best possible in-lap. It was okay. It was a bit like, you know, being married for 40 years, I imagine. You know, you probably prefer something else, but yeah, you just do with what you've got. Anyway, obviously hasn't worked because he's unfortunately the undercuts worked in this instance. He's gotten around us. So, but we have actually pipped Brad. And he's coming right up my ass. We've got cold tires and fuel issues. What position were we in? P4. So in the back of my head, I'm sort of going, do I fight him on this? Is this something I should fight him on? You know, I've got much fresher tires. He pitted. The Ultrasoft boys would have pitted around lap 8 to 10, somewhere in that vicinity. So I'm going to have much fresher tyres here. So I might have a crack here. He sort of kind of went around the inside, and I thought he was going to have me, but managed to hold on, and I'm still sort of umming and erring. As I say, I've got fuel issues here. We're sort of in the red. Yeah, do we fight him? Do we not fight him? What do I do is sort of what I'm thinking on this first lap. Trying to just keep him behind me with these cold tyres and warm them up, and then see how they feel, and sort of probably make a decision from there. But we were building a bit of a gap. We did build up a bit of a nice gap here. So you know, I started to feel comfortable on the mediums. Started to get a handle of it, and so sort of you know, started thinking about fuel. Started thinking about where can I start saving fuel? How can I start saving fuel? I don't want to do it down the straights. That's not preferred. You can see here I'm putting it in high ERS, trying to just keep him off me. I start thinking about I can probably save fuel in the mid sector, where I'm not sort of in 6th gear, you know, around the chicane and you know, around those sort of winding corners where you're sort of in 4th, 5th gear. I can probably save some fuel around there, I think. So okay, I can build a gap. I can save fuel. I'm building a gap on Brad. Okay, I can hold on to P4. This is looking good. Upbeat Quag went onto the softs again, so he has to pit one more time for a different tyre. Absolutely has to. So if we can keep up with him, that's effective P3. And if we can catch Meep, that's P2. So let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do.
Our gap to first place is 27.7 seconds.
So here we go then on lap 21. It is time. We're going to chuck on the DRS. We're going to go high everything. We've gone a little squirrely. Meep's going to cover us off, thinking we're trying to dive him down the inside. I completely wasn't. So we're going to fang it around the outside. Pushes us wide a little bit, but it's compromised himself, and going to drag down the straight a little bit here. But that's us up into P3.
The gap is less than a second. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 13 laps old. The time last lap was a 1:22.2. They have a time penalty of 3.0.
So there's me just checking whether Meep actually had a time penalty or not, and I didn't think to check whether Brad had one either, because I actually do have a 3-second time penalty here. So I still have to eke out a 3.1 second gap. So I was really hoping Brad didn't have a clean record. I was hoping he had some penalties under his belt so that he wouldn't jump me, and I was just checking to make sure Meep had some penalties as well. So which is fine, he does. So I would be basically moved back, but I've got to make sure I eke out enough of that to Brad in case he potentially jumps us at the end. So it's just a matter of doing that now and not fucking up and grabbing another penalty either. So yeah.
Okay, gap ahead is 35.6 seconds. They're on old mediums. The time last lap was a 1:20.6.
So I'm driving along and I can see a little pink blip on the mini-map there in front of me, and obviously is that Matt is in P1, and I think, shit, am I catching him as well? So, and I had to check with Jeff, and obviously heard there he said 30 something seconds, 36 seconds or something like that, and I went, that doesn't look like 30 seconds up the road. So I think I had to double check with him again once more, because I'm going, that's a Force India in front of me. I'm like, am I catching first? What's going on? But it was a lap car. It was Oswegian. But for the longest time, I reckon for another lap or two, I was questioning Jeff's judgment there on how far away I was from first position. But
okay, the gap behind is 5.2 seconds. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 24 laps old. The time last lap was a 1 minute 21.4. They have a time penalty of 3.0.
So there you have it, the final distance between me and Brad was 5 seconds, so we are going to be clear to come second across the line for the Hungary Grand Prix. That's about all I had to say at the end of that race. Congratulations to Matt, just absolute sprinter. Definitely deserves a T2 spot, I reckon. He's that bloody quick. Congratulations to me in second. How great was that? And Brad back up on the podium. Nice to see him up there in third. So that is it for this year, everyone. We're going to have a quick look at the final standings, and we might just check the overall qualifying and championship standings after that. So let's have a look. A couple of bad lucks there. Nostalgic Meat, sorry. Combat Rat dropping a bit. Adam having a unfortunate end to his race there with a DNF. I think Hyper Aussie as well is a DNF as well. So just some condolences to all those drivers. So if we can just have a moment of silence, a 10th. Okay, and moving right along. Let's have a quick look at the team order. We've got Sauber at the top, Williams, Mercedes, Ferrari, Red Bull, Renault, Force India and Haas in 9th, Toro Rosso and McLaren picking up the bottom. Quality standings aren't looking too bad at all. At the end of the year, we are in 3rd place. Not too far behind Meat, still could make a catch-up, but we've got Hyped Up Gaming right up our arse there, so we'll have to try and keep him down the bottom of the order. And finally, the provisional driver standings. We are in 5th with Nostalgic Meat, got a good lead on us there, but it's a close battle up the top between 1st to 4th, so that'll be interesting to watch. Then it's quite a close battle between me and Maserati, so quite a close battle there. Then you've got Hyped Up Gaming stalking about, and Hyper Aussie is a good little tussle there. I'm not going to consider as that Matt because he's just clearly going up. Burner down to Drake Spartan. There's a good little battle going on there as well. And then Cresty, Osweed, Rustico, Danman and Barefoot have their own little 5-way fight going on there. And then we've got Combat Rat, who sort of remains to be seen. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video if you've made it all the way to the end. I know I certainly enjoyed the race. We'll see you next year. Have a happy Christmas, have a happy New Year, and we'll see you for 2019 in Spa.